Hey, there I am. I'll give it a few minutes. No, that's the birthday thing. Kitty's interested in the birthday bag. Let me set up my goal. Let's see. Hey, Jane Rice. You're the first one in, honey. Just set this up on the iPad. Hey, Bobby Pearson. Thank you, everybody. Just setting it up on the iPad. I got to have the iPad on the back end here. My Thai family just left, and my cat, she's digging through the birthday wrapping. She was hiding, as was the rabbit, and now they're both relieved that everybody's out of my house. They're not very people friendly. Hey, Jay. There we go. Now I'm set up on the iPad. Hey, 9 people in here. Hey, Kitty. I got some gifts in here in a gift bag, and she's interested in the wrapping. Rita, welcome in. Yeah, my Thai family came over. My best friend and her daughter, her son-in-law, their 3-year-old, and a brand new baby. So we had a full house. And the 3-year-old, if we could only bottle that energy for all of us and we could sell it, we'd all be millionaires. He never sat down, never stopped running around, never stopped touching things, grabbing things. The parents just had the look of exhaustion on their face. But they brought a New York cheesecake, and I ordered from Reno's Italian Pizzeria. So there was vegan pizza, and then the kids ate some spaghetti and meatballs. There was a Porto's cheesecake. Oh, it was just to die for yummy. And two of the women ate salads. So, Rob, you know what? Somebody told me, one of my mods told me that, oh, there's a cat hair on my camera. Okay, that I was pronouncing your name wrong. Uh, is it Sarap or Saraf? And we're gonna give you a double high horn. My bunny's like, hey, I just got the house peaceful now, and what are you doing with the horn? Thank you, my friend. Oh my gosh. It's going faster than I can keep up with it, Saraf. So I'm sorry. I apologize if I was mispronouncing the name. Oops. Trying to bring up the chat on the iPad, and it's not going in the right direction here. Let's see. There we go. It's easier for me to do it on the iPad, like to heart it, so that I don't shake the phone. Hi, Pink Lady. Welcome in. 21 people. Hey, for my birthday, can you guys all give me a thumbs up? Where are you coming in from, Pink Lady? Wow, Sarap, this is ridiculous, man. I just started. We're only 3 minutes into this. We're a third of the way to the birthday goal. My gosh. Oh, China. Welcome in, China. I don't think I've had China before. Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, I've got people coming in from all over the world on some of these lives that I've been doing on true crime. Now, the only disadvantage of today and the schedule is I did miss my Dodger game, but apparently it didn't go so well because, I'm a baseball fanatic, and, that's what I always do on my birthday is I watch myself a Dodger game. But it was early today, and so I missed it because my friends were here, and, I had to order the food, and then, they brought the gifts and the cheesecake, and, Porto's cheesecake. People come from all over the world to come to LA to go to Porto's. So, I can't even imagine how much that might have cost them. And then I got a couple gifts, and it's just been crazy. And then I went to the mailbox yesterday, and this was all here. And if you guys were here yesterday, it's kind of humorous because these cards have, it says April Davis Platt. So, for whoever is selling my name or handing my name out there as April Davis Platt, please stop. I'm getting spam now on my Gmail, which is for my YouTube, and I also have an old AOL that I used to use for the PI business. So if you're watching, please stop spamming my email. I appreciate all the birthday wishes and the cards and the love, but please, please don't spam my email. Or I'm gonna have to like put somebody on block because it's like I just got a new iPhone. I don't even know all the settings yet because you remember last Tuesday, sadly the 13 went to the Apple graveyard in the sky. So it's just going off all day long, like ding 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 ding, and like, are you going to be at this event in Portland? I don't live in Portland. I live in Los Angeles, man. I know, blah 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 blah. Hey, Blue Dragon, where are you coming in from? So, yeah, gosh, I hope I'm not going to get mail like for the rest of my life to April Davis Platt. But thank you. I opened all these cards last night, and they're from people all over the country, from people I don't even know. And then, of course, one of my mods, she sent me these beautiful stickers from her YouTube channel. So I'm going to shout her out. Hearts of Gold Prospecting. Yeah, make sure you guys are subscribed to Hearts of Gold. These stickers are just bomb. These stickers are way better than my stickers because I'm only like part-time in the gold community, but you guys that are full-time, you guys have the best merch. So, thank you, Karen, and I will send you some stickers back if you're watching this on the replay. Thank you so much. I am from Los Angeles, California. Where are you coming in from, Denson's? So it was quite interesting. I went to pick up actually a gift that came from the Amazon wish list, and there was the 13 cards. It was just like, oh my gosh. And then, of course, Karen's stickers came to the other address. Hey, Brooke Whitman. Thank you. Thank you so much. So I never seen anything like that, and I'm quite old. I've had a lot of birthdays before, and I another somebody I met here on YouTube had sent me a card before. So I have like 15 envelopes or 15, 14 cards, a set of stickers, and an Amazon gift. So thank you so much. It's going great. It's my birthday. Only negative that happened today, and it's not really negative, but I missed the Dodger game because my family was over. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! I'm gonna read this. Hold on, let me give you the hype horn. Sarah, dear April Davis, our favorite PI, you truly make a difference with your care, clarity, and heart. Wishing you strong health, joy, love, and all the beautiful things life can offer. May kindness and goodness find their way back to you always. Happy birthday. Oh my gosh. Saraf, this is crazy. Oh my gosh. That's amazing, man. I've never had a super chat. I don't even know how much that is. 349.90 in Israeli shekels. Everybody, give a thumbs up on that to Saraf, please. Everybody watching, please give him thumbs up on all these super chats. Thank you, Vanessa. Hello to you. Where are you coming in from? Everybody, why don't you put your location in the chat? A lot of people wanted to know when I was going on today. And I didn't know because I wasn't sure that the Thai family could come. And then, I talked to my bestie in the morning and she said she was going to come around 1. So I was like, oh, that's perfect. I'm going to start some laundry first. And then she called me back after I'd already started the laundry. And she's like, you know what? The whole family's going to come. Well, everybody except my little sponsor son, Max. He had to work today. So I didn't get to see Max, but I did get to see the daughter, the son in law, their 2 kids, including the new baby, and my bestie. And they brought gifts. They brought the Porto's cheesecake. I ordered the food. but I see here right after they left and before I went on the air, I was just setting up that the daughter sent me, I think a Zelle or something, and that'll more than cover the cost of the food. Like, I thought, wow, no wonder both of those parents work. It takes a lot of money to feed like 6 people. And the baby's just, drinking milk, mama's milk. So it's like, and that was just for one meal. I was like, my God, big families today must be going bankrupt over the cost of groceries. Because it's tough on me just, being on disability. But, can you imagine being married and having kids and grandkids and you got to feed everybody 3 times a day? Like, oh my gosh. But that was so good. We had Reno's Pizzeria from Studio City. Oh, Jay, she sent the floating heart. And I actually saw that because if I turn my head for a moment, I'll miss it. Oh, I got 5 rubies. Thank you. Thank you so much, Jay. Yeah, it doesn't tell me how much, but on the top of the screen, I see a 5. So it was the first one. Avaz DJ says, happy birthday. Wow, that's about $115. Wow, you mean that super chat? Oh my gosh. I had no clue. That's you already sent me a birthday gift, Sarop. Remember you sent me that private PayPal. Oh, and you know what? I'm gonna wait till some more people come in. Jesus died so you could live. Absolutely, Michelle. I was supposed to be born on Good Friday, Michelle, for real. And I was born 4 days early. Will Byers, welcome back, man. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, I saw you were watching some of my videos last night. Thank you so much. Yeah, make sure you guys, if you're not watching the long form content videos, that you just click the video tab. But normally during the week, I'm doing a true crime series on the case of missing Nancy Guthrie, the mom, the 84-year-old mom of Today Show co-host Savannah Guthrie, and that's how I've met a lot of my new friends. I really didn't expect that this case would be going for 71 days, and there's still no resolution to this case, and we still don't know where Nancy is. So on this day, everybody still say your prayers that Nancy is found. And I don't think, I'm sad to say I don't think she's I don't think she's no longer with us. But I still want her to be found, and I want the bad guys to be caught, jailed, charged, prosecuted, and put in prison for the rest of their lives. What a horrible crime. And I'm gonna try not to like go off and talk about that today. It's just a birthday one. Like I said, the only thing I missed was I missed the Dodger game, but apparently I guess I just saw the score came up on the notification on my phone. I don't think the Los Angeles Dodgers have figured out that Roki Sasaki from Japan is not a starting pitcher. He did great in the bullpen, but he's not a starter. But apparently they have a Sunday night game that comes on NBC now. That's something new this year. The NBC owns some of the games. So does anybody know? Like, uh, I don't have my antenna set up. Oh, it says the Guardians and the Braves. Oh, they're already on. Oh, okay. Well, I'll have that playing in the background. Uh, so that's the only thing I missed today was the Dodger loss. But if you're gonna miss a game, I guess that's a good day to do it because you're celebrating your birthday with friends, and these friends are like family to me. And so are you guys. I'm so glad all of you guys could come. I wish I had been able to tell you yesterday and the day before, like exactly what time we were going to do this. I knew it would be like late afternoon my time. And poor Sarop. Oh, Sarop, welcome. I thought you might be in bed because it's like a 10-hour time difference. Welcome to level 1, sir. I still need to go through the memberships and figure out like I have level 1, level 2, and now that it's set up, I think I can add a level 3 and figure out what I'm going to offer. Because I didn't expect to have this many viewers and I didn't expect to have this many people sub. It's still a very small channel. Oh, my rabbit's name, Will, is Amelia Kinsley, and she has some videos, as does her sister. Hold on. Sister, she's kind of mad because she was hiding from the Thai family, but this is her sister, Kelsa Kinsley, or Kelsa Kitty. And when she's in trouble, her name is Missy. And I'm like, Missy? I don't know where I came up with that. I've never, because I've always had boy cats and boy bunnies, but I have a girl bunny and a girl kitty. And when she's in trouble, it's like Missy. And you know what? I think she's starting to shed right now, just like the rabbit, because every time I pick them up, I get a mouthful of hair. Nice. Yeah, don't come here if you don't like hair. If you don't like pet hair, you come into the wrong house. Hey, Nick, 5759. Yeah, she's beautiful. She's a handful, but she's beautiful. And the bunny, she's came from a very traumatic background. So even though she's 4, she's never adjusted to other people. She was not happy. Oh, the cat or the bunny? Mary Jo Silva, happy birthday. I love your videos. I have been watching you since the True Arizona Crime Story in Tucson. Again, happy birthday. Well, thank you, Mary Jo. Thank you, Alana. Yeah, I didn't even have time to get ready for the family because, my friend said she was coming at noon and it was just going to be us. And I thought, oh, maybe we'll go out and I'll do some purse shopping because I desperately need a purse. But then she called back when I had already, started. She's like, oh, the whole family's going to come, but we're not coming till 1. And I'm like, perfect. That'll give me time to start a load of laundry. And, Sunday, the laundry room is always full here, but luckily my neighbor was doing it. So we were kind of doing it together and he was helping me out. And then I tried to like do the machine with the phone, and apparently since I replaced the phone, when the everything downloaded to the new phone from the cloud, all the passwords didn't download, and I'm like, push, like, oh no, I don't have my laundry password. So he was like, I got you, and he was like doing the laundry, and then he's like, no, you keep it, it's your birthday, but I was like, no, I'd had a lot of YouTube channel donations, and I don't have my check yet, but here's the laundry money, and then they call. And they're like, "Can you open the gate?" And I'm like, "Oh my god," I'm trying to let them in and let the kid they're trying to get the kids out of the car and then go repark the car in another part of the neighborhood, and I don't want the cat to, like, run out my front door, but I'm like, "Oh, I gotta go get the laundry because it's Sunday and there's people literally lined up with their baskets outside, like, it was crazy. And then everybody just kinda went, you know, oh, but the new baby has to be held 24/7. And if the baby's not held 24/7, the baby, like, cries. Um, and you can see the stress on the grandmother's face, like, I can't handle this anymore because she takes care of them during the week, like, except for Tuesday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and she was just like, "Ah." And I was like, "Oh my god." And her birthday's coming too, and she's quite a bit older than me, so, uh, we're all looking rough at this age, I have to say. But it was worth it. The kids were just adorable, and I had, Reno's vegan pizza and a few bites of my friend's pasta without the meat. And then I had the Porto's strawberry cheesecake. So I'm too old to even discuss that now, Will. I'm at that age where I can't discuss my age anymore. But I don't look at it in a negative way. I look at it as a positive because I shouldn't have been here. I should have already been, gone by my mid 50s because of the stage 3 cancer that I was diagnosed with and the subsequent side effects to my heart. But the fact that I'm here, and I'm celebrating not just today, but I'm celebrating the entire month. In fact, this is crazy, but if I could turn the camera, which I won't do, I still have my Christmas cards hanging on my living room wall. Like, you know what? Because at that time I needed 2 more surgeries. So I'm like, well, we're just going to skip it and then I'll celebrate it when I get through all the surgeries. And I didn't really recover until like maybe March. I started to feel better like mid March. And then I looked up the other day because they keep falling. When the AC comes on, one of the heavy ones keeps falling and hitting the ground. And everybody jumps like, what was that? But now I have all of this. All of this. Yes. So, Rob, my I have no more words, Sarah. Oh my gosh. Everybody, you give his super chat a like. We are happy that God had many more plans for you. I think so. And when this little Missy, when she gets out of hand, I'm like, if I'm gone, nobody's going to want to put up with you, so you better be a good girl just in case. But everybody loves her because she's so pretty. I sleep like in the morning, I'm asleep. I don't sleep well at night, but I sleep good early in the morning. And so people come to the window and they're like, kitty, kitty, kitty. Hey, Sue, thank you. I have a question for you. Uh, I received a package yesterday at the mailbox, and the name, it was somebody from my gift list. And you mentioned yesterday that you sent something, but there's nothing else that's been purchased off my gift list. So did you send me this, Sue? Just a yay or a nay? Was this you? Because the person who bought this has a completely different name than your username. You did not buy this. I didn't think so. Because the lady that bought this, she has sent the occasional Venmo, and she actually told me in one of the messages, I don't want you to ever, don't shout out my name. I don't need a shout out. So I'm keeping her name private. But and but the wish list, you can see who sent. So you mentioned yesterday that I had something coming Monday, and I went to the wish list, and they said I've only ever had one purchase, one gift, and that it was this. And it was ordered on Thursday. And I specifically went to the mailbox yesterday to pick this up because I wanted to show it to you guys in my birthday show. Because I only get there every like week to 10 days. But if that's, let's see, it was the socks. Okay, apparently, like when you bring up the item, from what I'm seeing on my end, see, I can't see what you're seeing on your end. You need to click that item, but some people, I guess I read on YouTube that it if you just click the item to look at it and then you say add to cart, it might have added to your cart rather than my cart. Or to, I mean, it does go to your cart, but I guess when it pops up, you have to say purchase gift, something like that. I'd have to look on it on another screen, but I was like, I don't think this person is you. So you may have ordered a pair of socks for yourself. Uh, Let me know, because that was going to be the next thing I was going to go out and buy for myself. I'm literally down to 3 pairs of socks. So you couldn't have picked a nicer, most needed gift. And totally unnecessary, Sue. But you might want to check that on the back end of your account, because it not only did uh, I looked it up, I researched it, and it said, "Oh, you won't receive a notice." But I've only ever had one purchase there, and I did get a notice, and that's how I knew, because I had just set it up like that day, and somebody already bought a gift, and I was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe this." But then when I looked on Google last night, they're like, "No, you won't get a notice." But I can click the link. I can go to the backside of my YouTube channel or my main channel page, click the description, go down the links, click Amazon gift wish, which I had just added more things. And I mentioned that. And then you were like, oh, I bought something and it's coming Monday. And then I can't see it during the show. So I went to it after the show and I was like, I don't see anything. The bottle, this is Diet Ginger Beer, Bundenberg, and it's from Queensland, Australia. And funny, we had somebody that came in last night from Queensland. I got a few people that come in from Australia. Heck, I got somebody in here from Israel. We've got a guy that comes in from Egypt, people from India, Belgium, Ireland, Wales, Scotland, England, Italy, Brazil. It's just, this is crazy. We've even had Syria, Iran. Uh, so, yeah, it was coming to my address. I was confused. I then canceled and sent it to your mailing address. Oh, no problem. No, thank you for telling me, because I was like, I was probably going to order myself my socks tonight. So That's the one thing I need so bad. Oh, so thank you. So I guess, when you bring it up, let me look. Since I have my iPad going here, I'm going to go to I got to close out the replay of this video because I'm seeing it on the phone. And let me go to the link and I'm going to click Amazon wish list and it's asking me to click Google Chrome. Oh, it's not working on this side. Why is it not working on the iPad? God, I hope it didn't just go down. Mm. Howdy, Tricia. Find registry. Oh, you know why? This is a new iPad and I'm not signed in. So the phone is new. I literally couldn't pay for the laundry today in the laundry room. My neighbor was like, no, I got you. And I'm like, no, let me go get the password and get your money. And he's like, no, I already put the money in. It's your birthday. And I'm like, no, I'm paying you back for this. So it's asking me I was like, oh my God, did my list crash already? Trisha, this was a wonderful idea. Thank you. Francis, thanks for coming. Let me just look at this because apparently I'm so glad you came in, Sue, because I wanted to let you know that you may have sent yourself a pair of socks, and that's okay. Now it wants a two-step verification. Are you kidding? And I keep saying it's not required on this. Okay, so I'm signed into Amazon now. And let me go back to YouTube. Try it again, folks. Sorry. Go back to my channel. Go to my main page. If you go to my main page, you can see all the video links. And then I'm going to go to the links. And I'm going to click Amazon wish list. And there we go. Okay. Now, on my list, it says 49 items purchased. And that was from the woman who occasionally has sent some Venmos and she's like, I don't want to be shouted out or don't shout me out. So I'm not shouting her out, but I didn't think that Sue, I didn't think you were her because you guys, I'm like, well, maybe she's using just a different name. And then, yeah, on the socks, the Puma socks, it says 0 of 1 purchased. So let me click the socks. And I guess when it first pops up, you have to click add to cart because if you just look at it and then you add it to your cart, it will come to you rather than to me. But so anyway, it's going to me now. But I guess just directly from your account rather than through the gift list. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That was my next thing to buy for myself. It's just little stuff like that. That's why I put a lot of little things on the list, like the coffee and the mints and the lip balm and the SPF lip balm and the little mini moisturizers for the face and the bathroom hand soaps and the bunny apple sticks, just little stuff, so people don't have to, well, you don't have to spend anything, but if you want to and somebody wants to contribute, they can just buy like something that's just a couple of dollars because there's some really like inexpensive, like one item on the list is only $3.49. And if you guys have Prime, it shouldn't cost you anything to ship it. So thank you so much, Trisha. Thank you. Oh, she just linked it. I didn't see that. Trisha, you have been a lifesaver on this channel. And I am celebrating the whole month because at my age, you never know. No, it means the world to me, Sue. And to the other person who doesn't like her name shouted out, so I promised her that I wouldn't. You know who you are if you're watching this. I think she's watching for the true crime because on our Venmos, she always says, thank you for your coverage on Nancy Guthrie. So she may not see this, but if she does see it on the replay, this means the world to me. Yeah, these are These actually make me feel better, especially when I'm just like my stomach's not feeling so well. I'll have, just a half of one of those and I just feel so much better. So, wow. So now I have another gift coming, the socks. Thank you. And yet, Tricia, I was only on for 3 minutes. I only turned this on for 3 minutes, and Sirop had already sent, let's see, he sent 3 super chats. Then he sent another super chat that was huge. Please heart that if you can. Jay sent the floating heart on the jewels. Then Saraf became a level 1 channel member. Thank you so much. And I think I am. Oh, and then Saraf sent one more. I did give him his hype horn. Thank you so much. The kitty cat. You know what? I got a birthday. She's playing in the birthday bag because she hid under the bed. The rabbit, she was in her hide, but we thought she was under the sofa, and the little 3-year-old went and lifted her hide, and she just like flipped out, like hysterical. Went under the sofa, and her ears, instead of being like this, they were like this. And she looked like, so I gave her treat. I gave her oat groat, which I call her bunny crack, but I don't think she ate it, like, because she was so, like, stressed. And then finally, we got the car from across the street. We got all the babies loaded up, and I walked in, and the cat was walking around like, "Hey, well, what's going on?" The bunny was still hiding, and I was like, "Amelia, Amelia, I'm gonna get you some salad and some treat," and then she was like, "Salad?" And then she comes right out, and then I gave her some early dinners, some pellets, and she is like a loaf bunny right now, and she is as happy and as calm as can be. And the first thing she did, not to be, TMI here, but she went straight to her toilet and did what bunnies do. So she held it the whole time they were here, and they were here about 3+ hours, and she held it the whole time. I'm so proud of her. Let's see. It was coming to my address. I was confused. Amazon is hard, like YouTube is hard, Sue. I then canceled it and sent it to your address. Okay. No, you did not blow the surprise. I would have been able to see it anyway. If you purchase it from the list, it will show me that somebody purchased something. But when I didn't see anything, that's when I thought, well, could you be the same person as the person that sent the ginger beer? Because I already have that. Like, so I'm so glad you came in, because I wanted to let you know you may be getting a pair of, or you may be getting a gift in the mail. Good buddy. Yep, Jay. Sue says, I lost the internet. Wow, everybody, thank you for coming to my party. I've got 9 people watching and 19 thumbs up. That's amazing. Wow, look at the super chat total. So, Rap, sir, are you like a self-made millionaire or something? Wow, this, it's really YouTube takes a big percentage of this, and it depends on if it comes from an Apple device, uh, an Android device, or a desktop computer. And then if it's coming from another currency, as is Sirap's, and there was another one that came in British pounds from Great Britain, from the UK, they may take more of that too. And I know from when I was originally monetized, and I just received 2 little teeny checks, and then it all went, and they like went, "You're out of here." Um, they don't send a receipt when they send the payment. And they should. They should have like a PDF file, but they have 115 million users, so uh, I will have no clue like how much was taken out of what person's super chat, super thanks. Now, I've had one super thanks since I got monetized. They're like super chats, but they only come like on the long form content video, or after these lives, when it takes 24 to 48 hours for them to process and for them to reload the chat. and then they'll put that little button up there. Uh, and if you're watching on certain devices, you can't even see it unless you slide the bar. Like, I've had one of those. I wouldn't see a check coming to me this soon if it weren't for these super chats. So, thank you so much. It's just like, and I'm not doing this for the money, but it's certainly going to help, especially now that, I had the microphone failure. I had to replace the iPad to get this going. Then the phone died. That's going to be the crusher for me, was the phone. Like, oh my God. Because I've had over 5 grand of expenses on this channel before I've made one penny. So, for Jay, who was worried that I might make too much on this, I don't think that's going to be a problem. That would be a nice problem to have, Jay, but thank you for thinking of that. My income is limited, until my disability converts to retirement. But they do allow for a certain amount of additional income. But it's tough because, I don't get out much. Like, I couldn't go over to the Thai families, homes today. They had to come here and they're like, "Do you ever get out?" And I'm like, "Not very much." Like, the doctor's office, the mailbox, the pharmacy. I can't even remember last time I was in a bank. I do everything online, but there's sometimes where you have to go to the bank. Like, I think that was like a year ago where I did some, banking inside the bank. I pick up the groceries or have them delivered when I get, like, they'll be like, "Oh, free delivery for the weekend." Oh, okay, now I'm going to order. So, Tricia says, "Sarat, may your kindness and generosity come back to you abundantly." Absolutely. Can you see the rabbit? Oh, she's eating right now, but oh, I've got all my wires hooked up here. Yeah, I'd have to disconnect everything. If she comes over here, when she comes under the table, then I can put the camera down under the table, but she's having her early Sunday supper because she was such a good little girl waiting. If she comes over here later for treat, I'll be able to show you the bunny. Yeah, me too, because I didn't think they were going to be able to come, Trisha, and then the mom, she was stressed out about something that was going on over at the daughter's house. And I was like, well, they don't need to come. I mean, I know, like, she just went back to work and, the baby never sleeps. And this is one baby that needs to be held 24/7 or it cries. And so they're just like, they're at that stage where they're just sleep deprived. And I was like, you can just come if they can't come. And so she's like, okay, I'll be there at 1. And then I was like, oh, perfect. I'll start the laundry. And then I wasn't even finished. And she said, I'll be there at 12. But then she called back and was like, we're all coming, but we can't come until 1. Oh, perfect. I'll start the laundry. And then they got here early. And I'm disabled. I've got my cane and, I'm going back and forth. And, every neighbor in the building is trying to do laundry on Sunday. But I needed some socks because I didn't know Sue had purchased the socks, the Puma socks. That's going to feel so nice to my feet, Sue. You have no idea. You couldn't have picked a better item. Leanne, hello, my friend. I saw your message on Facebook. I haven't had a chance to check the subsequent messages. I even missed my Dodger game on my birthday. Like, that's the one thing I do every birthday, but they came right when the game started. And it was so hectic with, a baby crying and a 3-year-old running through the house and trying to grab everything that he could, that I didn't even have time to grab the remote and go, "Hey, there's a Dodger game on, and let's play it in the background." Never grocery shop or do laundry on a Sunday. But I didn't have any socks because I didn't know Sue had bought the socks. And I thought, well, I've only ever received one gift, and I got a notice and it says 1 item purchased, and it said what was purchased and who bought it. And I'm like, but I don't think that's the same person. Like, especially when she said it's coming Monday, and I had already picked this up Saturday. So, you know who you are who sent this. Thank you. I was completely empty. This stuff is like medication. Kelly! Oh my god! Everybody give, Kelly a like. I gotta bring up my YouTube channel again on the, let me bring it up, the live on the iPad, because we were researching that store to figure that out, but still arriving Monday. Okay. Thank you, Sue. Jet Set. Hello, my friend. Thank you. Yes, Kelly, are you feeling better, Kelly? Oh, I forgot to turn off my notifications. Huh. Estimated 29 until the target ends. Let me just close out my screen. You guys can probably still see me. I am touching the screen. Uh. Okay, do not disturb. Well, if I can get you guys back. Can I get you guys back? Oh boy. This could be bad. I can't get my show back. Just hold on, people. YouTube. AirPlay. No, we're not airplaying. YouTube controls. Oh my god. I can't get my show back, everybody. This could be bad. There we are. I was like, "Oh my god. I just canceled out of my own birthday show." Kelly says not really 3 naps today. Kelly, I want you to call the doctor. You can see and hear me. Okay, good. See, I'm sure you guys could see me while I was panicked trying to, like, get the screen back. Oh, but I would need to be able to see you guys too. And I was just getting that do not disturb screen. I was supposed to turn that on before the show, but there was so much chaos here with 2 babies. And that baby was only here, what, 3 hours? And had at least 3 diaper changes while he was here. And I only saw the baby, the new baby, eating once. And then the 3-year-old, he had spaghetti all over his face. When they were trying to put the candles on the cheesecake, he turned his head to the side and stuck his tongue out and tried to lick it. And it had one of those plastic, it was not plastic, it's edible. It was a Porto's cheesecake, but they have like the little happy birthday thing that you can eat. And he was trying to stick his hand in that because he knew that was like candy. And they were trying to get his hands out of the cake, he was trying to lick, and then, you know, the father's lighter wouldn't work, so we had to find a lighter, and they're trying to sing happy birthday, and this kid is sort of like, we're trying to get a picture of him. I think I'm gonna have to look on my camera, but I must have taken 50 pictures because he was just like sticking his tongue out and, trying his tongue and his fingers have touched almost everything in my apartment. And they all seemed healthy, thank God, or I'd be dead by next week. Because the fingers and the tongue, and I have to touch my face, and I have to put my, getting into the pet stuff and the cat toys and the bunny hay. Found the tape measure, had the tape measure all across the place, and then the bunny was like, "Oh, I hear wings," like, oh my god. That's what 3-year-olds do. And then the baby, every time I tried to hold the baby, I could feel, like, the diaper moving, and I was like, "Uh-oh, I think," and they were like, "Oh, no, we just changed the diaper before we got here." And I'm like, "No, no, no, I think there's the diaper." And they're like, "Oh, you're right, diaper change." And no more than 5 minutes after she got the diaper on, the husband was now holding the baby. He's like, "Oh, Karen, we need a diaper?" I was just like, "Oh my god," like, I couldn't say anything. Oh, crazy. I know, Will, it's gross, right? And then they got ready to leave, and they're like, "Oh, you haven't opened up your gifts, so I can show you my gift." But I'm not quite. The mother said, "Yeah, Cookie bought it." That's the daughter, and well, that was her Thai name. Her American name is Karen, but so there's her Thai name, her American work name, and the name we just know her by. And I'm not sure why I got this. I may. I don't think they're going to watch this. I may have to eBay this because this is called a silky straight ceramic hair straightening brush. Now, you see, I have not one curl ever on my head. Not even as a baby did I have curls. This is a hair straightener. It's brand new, bought by the daughter. I'm not sure why. It's brand new, never opened. I don't think I will have use for a hair straightener. Now, funny because I do need a new hairbrush. I actually need two, one for the bathroom and one for my purse. But this may be going up on my whatnot or my eBay. I'll have to comp it and see how much they're worth, see how much it will cost to ship to somebody, see if I have a box big enough for this. I probably do. But this is probably going to be an online item, the hair straightener. Don't need a hair straightener. You have to plug it in. All my plugs in this place are full. Now, I also got some watermelon mojito body cream. I can always use body lotion or moisturizer or, lip balm or anything like this. This is good. This is definitely, and she said that was from the mom. She got me that. But if you look at the box, I think this is predominantly for African American hair. Although there is this girl on the box. So, yeah. If anybody needs one of these, or you know someone who needs one of these, I can sell it to you cheap on eBay or whatnot. It's got to go. But I'll have to open it and make sure, it's all like, wrapped and hasn't been opened or because I don't know. No, none of them have curly hair. None of them. They're all straight hair. They're Thai. They have straight hair. Lots of laugh. Maybe she got it as an office gift exchange. She must have straight hair as well. Yes, she does. Like I said, that's why I got to open it to make sure that, it really is like a new item because I don't want to get busted by the eBay police if it's not new. It does have a UPC. There's a security tag on the bottom. It's made or distributed in Fairfield, New Jersey. If anybody needs it, contact me. uh yes, a white person can definitely use. But it's funny because the picture on the box, the before and after picture is an African American. But then this pretty girl here too, she looks maybe, I don't know, she could be Middle Eastern. She could be American. Definitely a darker person, like thicker hair. Remember, I'm a redhead. I've got spaghetti thin hair. So you could be right that this could have been like an office gift or something, and she's just passing it on. Sue Brock says you have frizz hair. I straighten it now. Sue, do you need this? If you need this, I'll send it to you. You let me know, Sue. I will send this. You just shoot me your address on the Gmail. I will send it to you if you need this, Sue. $29.99 on eBay. Sell it and get some fancy regular brushes. I do need some hair brushes. When I first pulled it out, I was like, oh, wow, hairbrush. This is exactly what I need because I really do. Like my hairbrushes are getting grody. Like they're disgusting. And I'm cleaning them, but they're falling apart. Okay, Sue, you change your mind. Let me know before I eBay this or whatnot this. I could even Facebook Marketplace it. I'm sure it would be very nice for somebody that has, curly hair. Oh, my email is aprildavispi@gmail.com. It's on my main channel page with all my links and my video or my channel description, my biography, my links. It's right there. It's also in the description of every video. Now, because this is a live, this doesn't have a description yet. I'll have to put a description in after the video. But all the other videos, you can see the channel description. Hearts, that's me. Very, very thin, straight hair. Yep. But you know what they say? It's the thought that counts. And was it Trisha that had the idea that I should eBay it? Yeah, Trisha. And then buy some regular brushes. Because I do need new hairbrushes. You know, these things are normally something I would just buy. You know, I had a 6-figure business and then cancer just wiped me out. And so, like, uh, things like underwear, socks, hairbrushes, just little things that you don't even think about. The Thai family, they were like, "Are you still sleeping in the Thai bed? Why are you not sleeping in the regular bed?" And I'm like, "Because I still haven't got around to that mattress yet." You know, I've had 2 surgeries this year, 3 ambulance bills to pay. There's still an old outstanding one that's like 2 grand that I'm fighting against because they didn't, like, bill it right to the hospital or to me, or there's some sort of a paperwork between the fire department and the hospital. There's some sort of an F up. And I'm like, "I'm not paying 2,000 to go 2 miles in the ambulance." And that's been sitting around for 2 years on my desk. And they're like, "Oh, you can only file a claim in the first year." Well, they didn't even send it to me till a year later. And they're like, "Oh, it's too late to file a claim." Like, no, no, no. Like, and then it's $2,100 a year for the pharmacy now. So, it's like, and then the iPhone broke this week after I just had replaced the iPad, which I'm making payments on. So, things like socks and underwear and hairbrushes and even bunny and cat stuff, like I'm getting their basic needs. So I put one cat thing on there and one bunny thing. What did I miss? Here's a go. And I did show your stickers. I hope you didn't mind. I showed your stickers, and I'll get you some stickers in return. I received those yesterday, Hearts. So thank you very much. If you guys are just coming in, you didn't see these earlier, make sure you're subscribed to her YouTube channel. These are her gold prospecting stickers. Those are great. The only sticker that I have that looks decent is the one that the Alaskan Assassin Adventures channel made for me. Well, they didn't actually make the sticker, they just made the logo, then I had to order the stickers. And then I've been sending them out to a few people. So, let me know how many you need, Karen, and I'll be happy to forward those back to you. Yeah, and I got your letter too, but I'm gonna keep that private. And then Karen, I don't think you were here. There's somebody that's coming into this channel under 4 different usernames, and I'm pretty sure that it's all the same person. That person had sent a birthday card that I showed earlier in the week, but I went to the mailbox yesterday to pick up the first Amazon gift that came in, which was a 4-pack of this. Thank you so much. She doesn't want her name shouted out. But I got 13 cards that were all addressed to April Davis Platt. Now it's me because it was my box and it's my birthday and I'm April Davis, but I don't know who is April Davis Platt. And they came, and these are all people I don't know unless you're here. Joyce in Michigan, Teresa in Ohio, Ruth in Vancouver, uh, Chrissy in North Carolina, Amy in Illinois, Joan in Colorado, somebody who did not sign a name or return address, Pittsburgh. Oh, it looks like there's a stamp on the back, but it got damaged, so I can't read that. Kathy in Indiana. There you go. L. Walsh in Massachusetts. Kimberly in Georgia. Another Kathy in Tennessee. And a Jackie in Illinois. A Laura in Wesley Chapel, Florida. Yeah, April Davis Platt, I am not, but I love it. There's little jokes and little cutouts and just little knickknacks in all the envelopes, so thank you so much. They all say Platt, Platt. And, somebody is also spamming my email address where, like, every few minutes, I'm getting spam emails about events that are going on in downtown Portland. And I suspect that that person may have sent these out as April Davis Platt. I don't know how I am on some list for April Davis Platt. So anybody, I'm just April Davis or April Davis PI. And I know the YouTube channel says April, Amelia, and Kelsa. And the business website just says April Davis Investigations. I can't get the guy to take it down because I'm not really technically in business anymore. So, and those spam emails are also coming to my older AOL account that's like, 30 plus years old, that was used for the PI business back in the day, before everybody got Gmail and things. So I can't have any YouTube emails going to the old AOL address. It has to go to the Gmail. And if I keep getting spammed and it's not about this channel, I'm just like on a list now. I'm going to have to take them down. Um, so if you can no longer reach me, that's because I can't even turn off the thing on my phone. It's just every few minutes it's going ding, 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 ding. And there's another spam about something that's happening in Portland. I don't live in Portland. It is. Uh, this user, I think, is going under 4 different channel names. And if they want to watch this channel, that's fantastic. Somebody wants to send me a birthday card, a super chat, that's fantastic. But if I start getting spammed, I'm going to have to block those emails. I just, they're coming in 24 hours a day. And I don't want to miss like something that may be pertinent to me, like from my doctor's office or, whatever. Sarah! I'm thinking Saraf is a self-made millionaire. And a very generous guy. I wish you were local, Saraf, and I could, take you to a coffee or something. Do something for you, my friend. Saraf! Kelly, I don't think you were here earlier when he sent that giant super chat. It's just, this is incredible. Incredible. Let's see. What says I got 2 minutes left on that? My gosh, that's crazy. You saw it, Kelly? Isn't that incredible? Yeah, everybody, make sure you're hearting, or not. I heart it, but that your thumbs up on those super chats from everybody. Thank you so much. So no, I'm not upset that I got all these. This was the most incredible thing that's ever happened in my life. You have no idea how this brought me up. But I think it was kind of funny actually, because I was like, is this a joke? Like April Davis Platt? And I asked the guy at the box, and he was just like, I just put it in your box. Like, I mean, I've been at that box since 2015. I was at the Sherman Oaks box since the year before I got my license, and that was 1991. So 1991 through 2015, and then 2015 until now at the box that's actually, closer, much, much closer to where I live. It's a big pain to change it because of the PI business. You have to have it cleared with the state and the license board. And so for years, I was just, burning gas going to the old address in Sherman Oaks, because I actually lived in Sherman Oaks, but, not since 1991. Yeah, by the time I got the PI license, I was already in Studio City, but I never bothered to set up the box there until I was down the street from Studio City. So, Yeah, the box was completely stuffed. So I did open every single one of them. I did call out the names today. Thank you so much. But for anybody here that wants to start spamming, sending spam emails, I will um, block your name on email just because it's too much. And there's one guy that occasionally does a gig and his computer won't work with my computer on AOL, so he has to use that address. And some of his business stuff is getting mixed up now with all the spam. Hey, Kelly, goal achieved. I saw the confetti. I saw it. While I was, venting about the spams, I did see it. And my voice is already getting thrashed because I had the Thai family here. Oh, and this was my water I was drinking. I told you earlier about, kids were here. I'm not sure if I should finish this water because somebody, and it wasn't me, stuck their tongue in it. Yeah, that happened too. So- and I won't complain anymore that I missed my baseball game while all this was happening. Isn't he? Isn't he the best, Kelly? I mean, we're not going to do a bank account search on you, but I'm thinking this guy must be a self-made millionaire or something. And thank you. I think it was Jay that sent the jewels. Thank you so much. I know, Will. Isn't it gross? Oh my god. Like the poor bunny, she couldn't use the toilet and the cat, she had access to her litter box, but she was like, "Nope, I'm hiding under the bed." And then the bunny, she was actually like, "Pretty comfortable. I don't think I need to run. I'm just going to stay in my hide." And then the kid went and looked and then and then she freaked out and she had no access to water, food, litter box, treats, hay. Oh my gosh. God helped you, Sarah. God has helped me too. That's why I'm still here and I'm talking to you guys today. God is good. Absolutely, Trisha. I'm so glad you were able to make it, Trisha, because I don't want to interrupt, your dinner time with your husband, because I know there's a time difference between you and I. And I'm glad that Sue came in and we straightened out the situation with the socks. Apparently, she tried to buy something from the gift list, and it was getting ready to be shipped to her, and then she just bought it privately and used my address rather than going back to the wish list. So I was like, well, is that the same person that sent this? Because her name started with an S too, but it was a different last name. Hey, Silver Star. Thank you, Kelly, for the Silver Star. Trisha, we celebrated our anniversary all day. He had me out of the house at 7 a.m. to take me to breakfast. What a hubby. You're so lucky. Yes, I saw that. I saw the Silver Star. It doesn't tell me how much, and somebody else had already sent, so it doesn't give me the amount, but I saw the Silver Star. Is that what you're talking about, Trisha? That's all your points for now. Yeah, don't buy these things, you guys. But thank you, Kelly. He told everyone that would listen that he didn't even know he was married. He thought I had just come with the house. A house. What I would do to have a house. What I would do, the thing that would make me the happiest in life besides better health. Right now I'm just in survival mode, but I need better health. But besides better health, the only material item that would be the happiest thing I could ever have in my life is if I lived in a place that had its own washer and dryer, especially on days that too sick or too weak or crippled to get to the machines in the back and then they're full and then, this morning I went to like, oh no, I need the password. My neighbor was there and I'm like, oh, I had to replace my iPhone and the password's in the cloud and I'm going to have to go back to the apartment. And he was trying to do his laundry and hurry out. And he's like, don't worry, I got you. And then, I fixed it. But then I was like, listen, I've been getting a lot of YouTube donations, and I don't have the money yet, but I want here, you're not paying for my laundry. And you go, "Oh, no, it's your birthday." I'm like, "No, here's your $6." Washer and dryer and a dishwasher. I have a mini dishwasher that is like, it's just enough for one person. That's how small. This was made for the little people. The driveway, the parking spaces, the apartments, the bathrooms. My bathroom is about the size of a phone booth. And I'm 5'7", and I barely fit into the bathtub. But yeah, washer dryer. But I would have to have a different place because this isn't wired for that. There's no plumbing for that. Heck, I'd put it in the middle of my living room if I had to. It would be the greatest thing that I can have, is a place with a washer and a dryer. So yes, exactly. Well, this building is an older building, and then it was destroyed in the Northridge earthquake. Not totally destroyed, but destroyed. And so I think when they probably yellow tagged it or red tagged it, I didn't live here at that time. I was in Studio City. Uh, when they rebuilt it, they removed a swimming pool. We have one next door, but we don't. There used to be a pool right where my palm trees are, and I think they made the apartment smaller, and so the air vents are all messed up. The thermostats are in the wrong place, according to all the AC guys. The air comes from other people's apartments. It's The vents are all cruddy, and they give you a sore throat, and the switches are behind doors, and it's almost unlivable. I was only supposed to be here a year after I had sold my place, and then I was going to move to a better place, and then my health just went, and then I was like, well, I guess I'm going to live here until the end of time, the end of my time. But at least I have a roof over my head. And the bunny and the cat, they have roofs over their heads. So you have to be thankful for the small stuff. Have I ever been on a cruise? No, and I wanted to because my dad, Will, was a shipbuilder. He was a Navy shipbuilder, and a lot of our friends would go on cruises. And my mom said that she would not go because she would get seasick. And so she would get very upset and say, "If you guys want to go, you can go." And then my dad would be like, "No, we're not going." Better days will come. Do not lose hope. I think that's for everybody here. Everybody give Sarop a like on his super chat. Hubby and I had no money, but we were fortunate to build our own house. Yes. I had an aunt and an uncle that did that. They're no longer with us. That was the only uncle and aunt I ever had in my life. Only one. So I had a bio uncle and uh, an aunt in law, and they built their own house. It was so nice. I was at it one time when I was well, I had to go to a funeral in that state, and I got to see it for one evening. I've got my mojo says happy birthday. Well, thank you. Welcome in. Sweet Jay, my husband was a union painter, and the winters can be so long. So him and a group of friends built our previous house. Nice. But then you guys built no, Jay built her own house. Okay. Do you have a PI birthday story? Not really, because I'm usually was when I had my career, I was usually that would be my day off, and it would always seem to coincide with the days that I started at a new company. It always would start around my birthday. I only ever worked for 3 companies, before I had my own business. And the first company I started February 24th, 1984, but then they hired me full time in March. And the other 2 companies, I both started my birthday week. So I would have my work anniversary and my birthday the same week, and I would take off. And they'd be like, "Oh, we're so busy, and we'll pay you. We'll give you a plane ticket to go anywhere you want to go, but you just can't go this week." And I'd be like, "No, I'm off." And I'd go over to Universal and see a movie, or I'd go to the beach and see the dolphins, or even I saw orcas once on my birthday in Malibu. Uh, Jay, we have a river cruise on a paddle boat on our bucket list. Not interested in being potential shark bait. That's funny. Oh yeah, when on the Gulf Coast, I had a close call once with a shark. They got big sharks down there. Of course, we got great whites here in California in Santa Monica Bay, so good thing the water's cold here. So when I go in, I'm just like less than knee deep when I'm metal detecting. But a shark can come into knee deep water. In fact, I had a little sand shark that went across my feet. Or no, it was a leopard shark. They have little leopard sharks in Santa Monica. I had a little leopard shark like swim by on my toes when I was metal detecting. It was pretty funny. Um, Sue says, I am fortunate that my husband built both of our houses. We couldn't have afforded it otherwise. Still building our empty nester, but moved in. Good for you, Sue. Yeah. If I find a guy like that, I want a house that has a laundry room where I can have one of those big side by sides. None of those mini things that you have in condos that are stackable and you can't move them. Like if there's an emergency and the pipe blows off, that's happened in my buildings before where washers and dryers had fallen through the ceiling or the hose, went flinging off and they couldn't turn off the water because you can't reach it behind the cabinet. And like, I want a room that has a side by side. I don't care about the size of the bedroom, the size of the bathroom. I just want it can just be one bedroom and a laundry room. I do, but a new apartment in Los Angeles would cost me 3 or 4 grand. And that's, twice as what I would make in my disability. So it'll never happen. I don't need a dryer. I am OG. Hang the clothes out on the line. Yeah, we can't do that here. We'd get a citation because this is a big city. I mean, if I had my own private yard, sure, but not in an apartment. Or says she understands. Yeah, I bet that smells good. Close out in the line with the fresh air. I wish you could. I know I am very lucky. Yes, you are. All you gals that have husbands that are helping you out. That's wonderful. Do I have a favorite birthday memory? Yes. And it was a work day, and everybody I knew had to work. And I had to spend it by myself. And it was my 40th birthday. I ended up at Dodger Stadium on their opening day because they had started the year out on the road. So their opening day was on an April 12th. And I had the best seat that I ever had. And it was behind home plate. And then there was a space between my row and the next row that would be in front of me. There was like a walkway. So I had like a front row seat. And then there was one set of rows in front of me, and on that back row, Steve Perry from Journey, who lives in LA, and I used to see him all the time at my car wash. He was sitting there wearing a San Francisco Giants shirt, and I was wearing my Dodger shirt. And the Dodgers, they did a video that day of opening day, and I actually made the video. I don't think Steve Perry made the video, but I made the opening day video. And there Steve Perry was in his Giants shirt, even though he's an Angelino. And I'm sitting there in my Dodger shirt, and it was, close enough where, I could hear like everything the guy was saying. And I'm like, I am sitting in the best seat I have ever sat in Dodger Stadium on my 40th birthday. And I'm sitting with Steve Perry from Journey. And it was the Dodgers and the Giants, and the Dodgers won. And Barry Bonds was there too, but he was injured. But he was there. People were like, when they were introducing the players, because it was opening day, people were booing him and he was laughing. And best birthday of my life, even though I was by myself. Let's see. Actually, my birthday is today. Or are you talking about somebody else? Oh, I didn't see this. This and only one. Yes, happy birthday early, this and only one. Thank you for coming. So yeah, that's I know that sounds weird, but that's my favorite birthday memory is being at the Dodger game, the best seat ever on opening day, and Steve Perry from Journey was right in front of me. Now he was already retired from Journey by then, but still. Mm, yeah, happy birthday early, this and only one. I didn't see you come in. I was busy telling my Dodger story, my best birthday ever. I'll never forget it. And I thought, for as long as I live, I'll never be able to get a seat this good in Dodger Stadium. It was the best. Oh, thank you. That's an only one. Wow, look at the super chat total. That's crazy. And the goal was already met, and I still got super chats. That's crazy. You have heard stranger things. Well, of course, Will Byers. And thank you, Will, for checking out some of my other videos. It seems like I'm doing all right on these lives, but where I still haven't had my YouTube success yet is the long form content. But I've been so busy with doing these, like at some point, I am going to have to not do this every day so that I can take the days that I'm not going live and I can film some long form content. Thank you, Jana. Yeah, I saw it like last night. I have a friend in Australia, and she's always the first one every year to say happy birthday on my social media. My friend from down under. And then I woke up to more messages, and then I was, on the phone with the Thai family and trying to figure out the laundry and, trying to get everything ready so that, at least there's not a lot of furniture in this place so that people would have a place to sit and a place to eat. And I'm going to have to completely fill my mini dishwasher tonight. I don't go live though. Oh, you don't go live on. Oh, okay. Do you have a channel, Will? Yeah, I wish I had a copy of that video. I got my mojo because I saw it later on like one of the Dodger channels, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm in the opening day video. Oh my god. And I saw myself sitting there, and I didn't even have people sitting next to me at the time. And it was somebody's season ticket that I somehow got a hold of, um, like online or something. And I was just sitting there with the biggest smile, and it was a long time ago because I remember I saw Hee Sup Choi, and he was a Korean player, and that's a long time ago. I'd have to look that up. When did Hee Sup Choi play for the Dodgers? A long time ago. And I was like, Hee Sup, and he turns around and he looks at me. I gotta have good seats, or I just can't do it. The upper deck seats. I can't sit in them anymore. Last time I was there, I thought I had a ticket in the lower section, and it was the upper section, and my back hurt so bad, and there was a big tall man in front of me. I couldn't see anything. And then they had closed the stairways because it was during the game, and I'm like, "No, you need to open the escalators." Like I can't sit. Like I literally am going to pass out. My back hurts so bad. Like I have very bad spine from 35 years of surveillance. So the seats up at the top, they're like this thin, and everybody's all crowded together, like being on a New York City subway. And I was just like, no, I can't do this. Oh, speaking of baseball, if you guys have been watching me, even my long form, you know that I started a little experiment with Major League Baseball. I've got seven teams have sent to me thus far. And I got a surprise, and they couldn't even like scan it for home delivery, like for informed delivery, because I can't get informed delivery on my business box because that's uh, a professional place with 500 or 600 boxes, and only the guy that owns the store owns those boxes. So you can't get personalized home delivery or informed delivery, is what I'm trying to say, on the business box. But I do have informed delivery on the home box. But if the package or the envelope is it's not like first class size like this, it won't. So there's been a couple times that there's been baseball mail because I sent self-addressed stamped envelopes, and these teams are stuffing things in these envelopes. And I'm assuming that I'm probably missing quite a few of that because it tries to like go through the scanner and it gets stuck and it rips and it's going to end up in the lost mail bin. So there could be mail that I'm actually missing because some of these teams are taking the self-addressed envelope and they're like cramming as much in, and it's like this, and then it's got something that's stiff on the inside. But I got an envelope and it arrived all crinkled and torn. And I'm like, oh my God. And they didn't scan it because they couldn't. So I didn't know it was coming. So I just went to get something else out of the box and it was sitting there. And I'm like, oh my God. Because I never check. I very rarely ever check the home box. And it's been sitting there probably for like a week. And let me show you what I've got. You will, even if you're not a baseball person, you will be mind blown. And I did cover up the home address because I knew I was going to show it to you guys. These are the self-addressed stamped envelopes. This is my business address, so that's fine. You guys have that. And I put the Hank Aaron. I even put baseball stamps. I had to pay extra for that because I had to get it online. And they charge you like a service fee just to get. I even put baseball stamps. And I saw my name and I was like, oh my God, it's baseball mail. And it was all like busted up, like on the back. See? But it made it, and it was torn up at the top. It was torn, like up here. Boston Red Sox. It's got quite a few things inside of it. If you guys are still here, and I'm not like a huge Red Sox fan, but I was born pretty close to, between New York and Boston, but closer to Boston. But I'm a Dodger, but still. I mean, I like the Mets too, but look what I got. Besides that Minnesota Twins jersey that you guys have seen me wear like 10 times already, this is Fenway dirt. Can you believe it, Hearts? Yeah, you're a New Englander like me. Like, this is dirt. This is Fenway dirt. Can you friggin' believe this? And I'm like, now I love the Boston Red Sox. Like, they got me a little bracelet, and it says, what does it say? Red Sox Nation. One of those little, rubber bracelets. I got a sticker, some stickers. Well, actually, is there more than one in here? Oh, there's two. I didn't even see the second one. I got so many things coming through the mail this week, so I got two stickers. They sent me a schedule. I didn't get the Topps cards. The teams keep sending me the Topps cards, but they sent me a personalized note on a really nice. It was a nice card. It's good stock paper. It's thick. It's not like a cheap. A lot of the teams just send the standard form letter, and they type your name in or they don't. But this was actually a handwritten card with the stickers, which I have so many stickers now. But I saw this and I'm like, I could feel it in the envelope, and I'm like, well, one thing feels like a bracelet. I think there's a bracelet. And then I opened it, and this came out. And I've been hiding this because I don't want my cat to find this. Oh my God, she would have a field day trying to rip this bag open. And I'd have Fenway dirt all over my living room. Like, can you believe this? Oh my God is right, Hearts. Woot, awesome. Fabulous. Yeah. Okay. I mean, amazing. Amazing. And you guys, you've been watching the Nancy Guthrie lives. You've seen me many days wear my Twins jersey. Some guy called that out the other day and said, how about those Twins? And I thought he was saying something nasty about, my breast cancer. And I was like, what? What are you talking about, dude? Like, I was getting ready to take the guy out. And then I looked at myself in the camera and I was like, oh, you mean the Twins jersey? Flyer Bill. Well, did you just come in, Flyer Bill? Did you just come in right now and you didn't see this? I just showed this to everybody. Look at that. Fenway dirt from Boston. It's right here. You did see it. Yeah. Amazing. In fact, let me see if I can get this bracelet on. I don't want to damage it. Yeah, I don't want to break it. Yeah, maybe not. I don't want to stretch it out too much. You saw the dirt. Okay. So I'd have to say, there's 7 teams that have sent. My favorite item, and that came in a big, padded bag. A lot of the teams are not using the self-addressed stamped envelopes because they're sending more than what would fit. Some of the teams have actually sent me the self-addressed envelopes back. But this one, how it made it through the mail with this, the Chicago White Sox did that too. But remember, they're almost bankrupt, and they sent the keychain that had Southpaw. I really like that. That was my next favorite item after the Minnesota Twins jersey, which actually fits me, which is shocking. But now, this is my second favorite item. The Fenway. I mean, I almost want to open it up and smell it. Because, I've actually been to Dodger Stadium and I didn't have, this was years ago, nobody had a phone on them that had a camera. And I have been to home plate and I have bowed at home plate. And I was the only one on the field at the time. Everybody else was in the dugout. And I was, and I didn't have the base that the plate that you slide into because it was off season, or not off season, but there was no game that day. They were out of town. And I went down like this, like I was praying, and I kissed the dirt at the home plate where the plate would normally be on the ground. I actually kissed, and then I looked up and I could see the outfield, the scoreboard, the palm trees, the bullpen. This is the greatest moment of my life. And there was nobody there to take a picture. But yeah, so I think I inhaled some Dodger soil is in my body. But now I want to I want to sniff the dirt, does it smell like baseball dirt? Because that's not regular dirt, it's baseball dirt. Subrock, animals can be so funny. Good company. When I grew up, I couldn't have any animals. When my kids were little, they wanted all kinds of critters, and I didn't say no. We had dogs, cats, bunnies, and gerbils. Basically our house too, except we had hamsters. And we had some fish. You need a little jar to pour that in. I don't know. The little jar, though, wouldn't have the Fenway Park sticker. I think it would take away from the value. If I just poured it in a jar, I could stick this part in the jar just to protect it because I don't want Kelsa to get to this. But I have it all together on my desk. In fact, let me grab. And this was the funniest one. Let me tell you the funny thing that happened is even though I have my business address on the return labels, these are the free ones that you get from the auto insurance companies. They do say April Davis with the business address. But I got one that was addressed to April Davis Investigations. And I thought, well, why did they not send it in the envelope and how would they know April Davis Investigations? So I must have written the initial letter on my letterhead. But I got one from the Cincinnati Reds, and I hadn't been to the box in almost 2 weeks. I have no idea what day this even came. So far, and I think some of these people might have done what the Red Sox did or the White Sox, and they might have used the envelopes and they might have overstuffed them, and they might have, when they went through the system, they got torn. So I don't know. I could be missing some mail, but I got the Texas Rangers. I got the Minnesota Twins, but this came in a big padded envelope with the shirt. I got the Chicago White Sox. They used their own envelope, as did the Twins use their own package. The Guardians, Cleveland. In fact, they were on a game right in front of me right now, Cleveland and Atlanta. Okay. And this was sent out by a third party in St. Louis, so it was the Cardinals. The next one was the Cincinnati Reds. Yeah, just most of these are American League teams so far. I have not received the Dodgers or the Yankees or the San Francisco Giants. Remember, I lived in the Bay Area. Or Oakland, who has no home. That was our team when we were kids, was the Oakland Athletics. And I'm just absolutely disgusted that they're going to be playing in Las Vegas. They need a new stadium, but Vegas needs an expansion club, not Oakland. I'm sorry. That's just there's something not right about that. Right, put the whole bag in the jar. Can we see the cat? She must have fallen asleep. She was playing in the birthday bag when the Thai family left, and she's got all the wrapping, the tissue paper out on the floor. So, it's like poking a sleeping bear. We'll let her sleep. Do I know someone who can be your girlfriend? Nope. Thank you for taking care of that, Trisha. Thank you so much. I didn't see most of that. Thank you. I don't know what I would do without you, Trisha. So, yeah. So, I got 14 birthday cards. 13 came on the same day. Well, I got them out of the mailbox on the same day. I don't go there very often. I got your stickers to Hearts of Gold. And then the same week as my birthday, I got mail from the Cincinnati Reds and the Boston Red Sox. Now I got myself a hair straightener that I'm going to need to I'm going to have to sell this back to somebody or donate it. But I did get some really very cool. I hadn't even smelled it yet. The watermelon mojito. And I saw that right before I went on the air that somebody sent me a Zelle, and I'm going to use that to pay for the food because that food from Studio City to feed 5 people today. There was actually 6, but one was on breast milk still. So, yeah. I was like, no wonder both those parents have to work. It costs a lot of money to feed a family. Oh, you snuff the first? Well, let's do it. Oh my God, this actually smells like Bath and Body Works. Oh, it is Bath and Body Works. It was way up at the top. I didn't see that. This is Bath and Body Works. Oh my gosh. I wish you girls were here, the girls that are in the chat. Oh my God, this smells so good. There's nothing like a good lotion or a hand cream or I put little things like that on my Amazon wish list, like some lip balm, and because I always have to wear the hat, I have to go out with moisturizer that has SPF because of skin cancer. Don't want to have to deal with that. Don't want to add that to my list of ailments. But oh, this smells so good. It is watermelon mojito, ultimate hydration body cream with shea butter and or hyaluronic acid 24-hour moisture. The best. And then the super chats. Oh my gosh. So this has been a great birthday. Now, as much as I love it, I think the top one of my life was obviously being at Dodger Stadium and sitting there with Steve Perry and Barry Bonds and Aesop Choi and That was a day. But, I didn't have anybody to share it with, so this is actually kinda this is better 'cause I have my friends here to share my birthday, and I got to meet the new baby, and it's funny because those babies were born even though they're 3 years apart, they were born literally, in December, 2 different birthdays that are 2 days apart. They're, 3 years apart minus 2 days, and both of those babies, I met them for the first time on my birthday on April 12th. Like, I met both kids just before they were 4 months old on the same day, and they were almost born on the same day. So I've met your kids at the exact same age. Like, this is amazing. We are all sort of chopped liver compared to being at the Dodgers. I'm sorry, Trisha. Like, I mean, it was the Dodgers and the Giants. Barry Bonds was there, one of the greatest hitters of all time. I was on the Dodger opening day video, which I would love to have had a copy of because that was long before breast cancer, long before, heart damage from breast cancer. I had my big business going. I was already my own boss. I had people out in the field working for me that day. I had my cell phone with me in case I had to answer a call from one of my surveillance guys. And I was very involved in the business. I didn't just run it like I did cases too. I wore 10 different hats. But to have that day and the weather was perfect and there was a little breeze coming from the outfield and the palm trees and they had a band that was out there. They had the same day, they had the stealth bomber come over, and I had not seen the stealth bomber until January 1st of this year. So think about that. I saw the stealth bomber, which was made here locally in LA County, uh, that day, and it came over the outfield and swooped down, like, just almost touching the scoreboard, and the building shook. The building shook. Uh, and then to see it again on January 1st, the day before my surgery, and I tripped and fell and banged up my legs and my knees, and because I was trying to run up the stairs it was circling my building, getting ready to, like, over the Rose Bowl. And, the last time I had seen it was opening day, and that was everybody was standing, and they had just sung the national anthem, and, they had all the people out on the field and the flags and the ceremonies and the fireworks and, everything, and then here comes the stealth bomber. I mean, that's pretty hard to top. Uh, I feel like an only child. I was an only child for years. Then I had a baby sister, uh, but she's kind of not in the rest of the family's lives right now, due to no fault of ours. So it's kind of like I feel like I'm an orphan now. I am Sue, and I would beg my mom for a brother or a sister, and for a few years she just ignored me and then told me no and to stop asking. I wanted a baby brother, didn't get it. Yeah, the baby sister, just so you know, is not part of the family anymore, and that's very sad. But we can't talk about that here. Some people work hard and are successful, and some people choose to go astray. Yeah, exactly, Sue. You are the youngest, Deborah, of 10 children. Oh, I would love something like that. Your mom had 8 boys and 1 girl. Oh my gosh. You're from Boston. Are you Irish Catholic, Bill? My husband is one of 11. I see my mother was a very wise woman. Yeah, welcome in, Deborah. So yeah, I'm like an only child. So my parents and I, we traveled all over the world together, just the 3 of us. And we did the majority of our all of our family moves together, just the 3 of us. Flyer bill is 5 of 9. Yeah, well, I as a kid, I always watched the Brady Bunch and the Partridge Family because I wanted to be part of a big family. But because I wasn't, I like my privacy and I like my independence. Always had my own bedroom, my own closet, for many, many years, my own bathroom. Sharing a bathroom with a another person was not fun for me. That's what's nice about living alone, is having your own bathroom and your own privacy, and you can sleep when you wanna sleep and eat when you wanna eat and get up when you wanna get up, and but, until this illness happened, I was hardly ever home. I was always at work. When you have your own business, it's like 2 full-time jobs. Will says, "My great-grandmother has more than 30 great-grandchildren and 7 great-great-grandchildren." Oh my gosh! You must have longevity in your family, Will. Well, maybe in my next life, I'll be born into a big family. I am the youngest of 10 children. Okay. Crap. See ya. Oh, oh, I did the wrong thing. Jesus. I hit the wrong button. Let's go back. There we go. I guess there's a good and a bad about being an only child. Yeah, and you know what? When I lived in Studio City, I used to live on the west side of Studio City because I wanted to be close to my box in Sherman Oaks. But then the more I became, I've spent most of my adult life in Studio City. I kind of migrated to the east side, and I actually live, or not at this moment. I'm like less than a mile away, but I actually lived in the Brady Bunch neighborhood um, 3 times. And the first time, I didn't realize that I was, like, 2 blocks away, and then I was like, "The Brady Bunch house is in my neighborhood? Like, and I live here?" And it's so cool because sadly, during my cancer, that's when HGTV bought the house from Violet McAllister, who had passed away from her estate, and they redid the house, and now it's like it really is like the Brady Bunch house. Then HGTV, they resold it to the lady, and I've got all kinds of videos from that house. I did a live from that house, and I just take it for granted that anytime I want to, like, I just get in the car and, I'm at the Brady Bunch house, and, that was my favorite show when I was, like, 4 years old because I was like, "Wow, they have all those kids, and, they have an Alice, and their house is so clean," and, even though they have 6 kids, because they have an Alice, and they have a Mike and a Carol, and, it's like, I wanted my life to be like that. So I just thought that was the greatest thing ever. Dear should read death in previous message. I must have missed that. That is cool. It was such a good show. It didn't really prepare you for real life. Exactly. The Vietnam War was going on during that show, but they never talked about anything like that. There was no talk of politics or war or what was going on in this country. So it's kind of shocking to see it now and realize all what was happening in that time. I was very, very young, but still. And I had the pleasure of meeting Florence Henderson. And I had a lunch one day with Sherwood Schwartz. And he was probably the smartest person that I ever met in my life, and he totally understood even though he wasn't a PI. He said, "Well, before, when you were just starting out, you worked for somebody and they would give you cases, and you would work those cases, and then they would give you more cases. But now you have your own business and you wear 10 different hats, and you are now the executive producer." And I was like, "Yes, that's exactly what it's like." Oh my god. This man was brilliant. I wish this man had been my father or my grandfather or my uncle. I adored him. It was one of the greatest days of my life, the day I met and had lunch with Sherwood Schwartz. You were 10 when that was on, okay. Yeah, I was, like, 4, and then the Partridge Family, I was, like, 5. And then my mom, for some odd reason, decided to take me to a concert when I was little to see David Cassidy, and I didn't understand that because when she said we were going to see David, I thought that meant we were going home to LA because I knew that those TV shows that they filmed on in LA and that they weren't real and they're not a real family and they film on a giant set. So when she said, "We're going to see David," for a moment I was like, "Where?" Because I thought we were gonna get on a plane and we were gonna go to LA, and she said, "We're gonna see him at the auditorium, and he's gonna play a concert," and I was like, "Huh?" And it made no sense, and then we get down there, he was late, like, very late, the audience was booing, and then I started talking about the Partridge Family, and my mom was like, "You know, we've had this conversation before, you know they're not a real family." Like, "Yeah, I know. I know they're not a real family, and I know that Shirley Jones is his stepmother, not his real mother, and it's just pretend, and they film in Hollywood on a giant set. So, but we're here to see David Cassidy. Why wouldn't he bring the Partridge Family?" I was like, "They have albums." And then he was late. He did mostly his own music, sang 2 Partridge Family songs, and I was a very little kid. It was past my bedtime, and 5 minutes before we got home, we had a car wreck. We were okay. My mom did bump her knee pretty bad, but we got hit by a guy in a Pinto who had a wife that was, 9.5 months pregnant, overdue, like, by 2 or 3 weeks, and she was so large she couldn't get out of the car, and my dad kept wanting to call an ambulance for her because he was afraid that she was going to give birth in the parking lot in front of the convenience store where this man had hit us. And, it's David Cassidy's birthday today, too. And I saw that when I woke up. One of his brothers had posted, and I thought, wow, I would love to tell the brothers, Sean Patrick and Ryan, who, by the way, Ryan used to be hot. I was in love with Ryan Cassidy for years. And I found out, like, within the last year that he's my neighbor. Like, he lives probably a mile or less from me. We're not in the same neighborhood, but we're in adjacent neighborhoods. And I'm like, I've been looking for this man all my life, and he lives down the street from me, but he has aged so badly. He looks like if his father Jack had lived beyond his 40s, that's what Jack would look like. He looks like Jack Cassidy reborn, but as an old man. It's the strangest thing. So look that guy up. If you were ever into the Cassidy boys, look up Ryan Cassidy and compare him to his father. Amazing. And I didn't know we lived so much close to the neighborhood. Yes, Pink, I did reach my goal. In fact, Pink Lady, not only did I reach the goal, but I had several other super chats that came in. So thank you, everybody. I know nobody's going to watch this on the replay because, people want to come in for, Nancy Guthrie or the Duggars. The Duggars, those videos get a lot of views. But if you guys were nice enough to come, please do me a favor. Go over to the video tab to the long form content and, see my long form videos. Check out my playlist. You can even check out my shorts. And now, yes, I have Fenway Dirt. I mean, this is like one of the greatest weeks of my life. My YouTube channel got monetized I reapplied March 25th at midnight. And before 11 o'clock that same day, I was remonetized. But then I had to go into the back end and turn everything on and set everything up. So it was just, by the time I did all that, it was a few minutes before midnight. I didn't get paid for all those views when I first started the Nancy Guthrie series because I wasn't remonetized yet. But I still appreciate everybody coming in because if you hadn't, I wouldn't have built up the watch hours enough to be able to apply for the remonetization. I didn't make enough the last couple days of March to see an April check, but I will see a check in May. And then, all these cards came in. Now, people just stopped sending mail to April Davis Platt. Now, if somebody sends some cash, then I don't care what the name is on the envelope as long as it's at my address. But I have all these birthday cards, I don't even know where I'm gonna display them. It's amazing. And then this came in, and my lovely friend Sue has sent me some Puma socks. Thank you, Sue. Wow, what a week. And then my Thai family comes, and we ordered from one of our favorite restaurants, Reno's Pizzeria. Yeah, but everybody did it. I could see one person, they misread something, but and I think it's the guy in Oregon. In fact, I think it's this guy here. I think it's Travis. But he did write April Davis PI, but he's got his card was exactly identical to one of these other cards. I think he gave my name out, and I'm not like criticizing him, but I think he's using at least 4 usernames, and I'm not sure why that is. And one of those usernames is now spamming my Gmail. So, hey, Kathy. Oh, thank you for coming in. Where are you coming in from, Kathy? Thank you for the birthday wish. I hope you're watching my true crime series on Nancy Guthrie or you're watching my videos. Hey, Charles. Where are you coming in from, sir? Well, you have a great night. It's getting late for me. Work tomorrow. Happy birthday. Thank you, hearts, and thank you for the stickers. I'll get some out to you next week. Exactly, Sue. Such a small thing I sent. Glad you are happy with the socks. I like warm things on my feet. It's so comforting. Yes. We had a storm last night. We had like an unusual, and I could hear it. It was supposed to be a 3-day storm, and it didn't hit until last night, like in the middle of the night, like after midnight, and I could hear it was like pouring, and it was cold last night. And then just before my Thai family showed up and I was doing the laundry, it started to rain again. And I'm like, wow, rain on my birthday. But now it's sunny and it's perfect. But yeah, it would sure be nice to have some new, fresh socks to put on. Texas. I'm in California, Charles. I'm in Los Angeles, California. This is weird to have rain on my birthday. But it cleared up just in time for the Thai family to drive across town. And because remember, LA is an hour away from LA now. I think they were here pretty quick. Well, good night. Your cousin lives here. A lot of people live here. We got 12 million people just in LA County. Oh, thank you, Will. Go see the long form content. Everybody go check that out and put a comment. Let me know that you're watching the other videos because I won't be a successful YouTuber till I can get you guys to watch those, but I got to have time to start making those again. So, I don't get out very much, but occasionally I do put up a good video and I hope you guys are watching those. Randy! Oh my God! Did you hear what happened with your sister? Everybody say hi to Randy. His username is Randall Davis. That's Randy. Everybody say hi to my cousin Randy. I won't shout out your location for your privacy, but did you hear what happened with your sister Brenda? Unbelievable. Okay, I was on a live, Randy. I've been doing a true crime series on the Nancy Guthrie missing persons case. And I'm just sitting here, and there was a lot of people in that night. I had like a few thousand people that had come in over the course of the video while I was doing live. And she comes in and she's like, "Hi, April. This is Brenda, your cousin." And I was like, "Oh, wow." And I was so happy to see her. And I was like, "Oh, Randy must have told you I have a YouTube channel." And she said, "No." And I'm like, "What?" And I'm like, "Well, how did you know?" And she was like, "I didn't." And I'm like, "Well, then how are you watching my video?" And she said, "I just turned on my YouTube and I was just scrolling through and you popped up." And I was like, "There's 115 million users on YouTube. Like, how does that even happen?" And she said, "God." I kid you not, Randy. That was her answer. Her answer was that it was God. I bought this new lipstick for myself for my birthday. Let me see if I can see myself here. I'm not kidding, Randy. God led your sister to my YouTube channel, and she's been very supportive. John. John Spagnoli. I haven't seen you before. Where are you coming in from, John? Okay. Good night, Charles. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, isn't that crazy, Randy? Like, yeah, and then Brian is now watching me too. Like, go figure. Do not or don't underestimate the YouTube algorithms. You know what? I haven't been able to figure it out yet. I did get remonetized March 25th at the very end of the day. Oh, that's why there's that super chat button there. And I've had friends come in. Randy, I got friends now in Egypt, Israel. That's one of my best YouTube friends is from Israel. He was in earlier tonight. I've got friends coming in from Australia, New Zealand, Canada, the UK, Germany, Japan, uh, Iran. We had China came in, which I didn't think China had any internet to do YouTube. So I'm a little sus on that one. I'm not sure. Maybe someone we have got New York in tonight. The other night we had it in the Bronx. Most of the states in the United States, but Brazil, India, Belgium came in the other night. But we've got a lot of regulars that come in from Australia and Israel and Egypt, the UK. It's just been incredible, Randy. I just I haven't even had time to make long form content. I think I've made one long form content video since this whole series started. And the first like 100,000 views, I didn't even get paid for because I wasn't remonetized yet. But all those views, everybody here helped me get to that so that I had the 4,000 watch hours because when I had that brief monetization in the past and then I lost it, I think I deleted either a quarter or up to a third of my videos and I lost all my watch hours. So it took me more than a year of fighting and crawling with all the surgeries and all the health issues. I just, even when I went live from the hospital when I was hooked up to like heart monitors, like in the heart, excuse me, the heart ICU. Like I just kept going and going and going. And I finally got rewarded. I got the monetization back, and I build up, I'm still a very, very small channel. I've got to get more views on the long form content because those are the videos that will pay the most. There's not much money in the lives, but I've been getting the super chats and my nice new mod here, Trisha, who has been the biggest help to this channel. She had me start an Amazon wish list, and I already received my favorite, my Bundaberg Diet Ginger Beer from Australia. I got this all came in the mail this week. And, if you weren't here to see the baseball mail, Randy, this week I know you guys most of you have already seen it, but I got Fenway dirt. So and then my Thai family came over today. I ordered Reno's from Studio City. I got some gifts. Like somebody made a donation. My first royalties check, which will still be pretty small, but it is something. It's coming, I think, May 21st. So I'm glad you came in, Randy, and I was able. Show us your Tiny Toons identity? Oh, God. I'd have to take a bunch of stuff off, but yeah, Randy's referring to the part. I did a lot of work for Warner Brothers and Warner Animation in my career, and they actually made me a Tiny Toon. So, yeah, for those of you that have the right level on the membership, you can go into the Facebook and you can see me as I was a Steven Spielberg's Tiny Toon. Yeah, you must have said something to Brenda because she kept asking me about that. And I can't even remember if I sent her the picture. Like, yeah, I was a Tiny Toon. Like, that was like, I've been a Tiny Toon since, I don't know, the early 90s. Um, yes, Randy, Trisha's telling you, Randy, that I have a channel angel, and he is from Tel Aviv, Israel, and his name is Saraf, uh, and he has sent, I don't know, maybe 20 or 30 super chats. Even sent me a birthday PayPal like a week or so before my birthday. Like, amazing. And my new friend Sue, she sent me some Puma socks that are coming tomorrow. Like, it's incredible. Sweet dreams, Sue. I hope so too, Sue. Don't worry about it. If you need to contact me, Sue, aprildavispi at Gmail. Make sure you send on the Gmail because for the people that tried to hack into the AOL, just those people are going to get booted off of there. That's an old work account. So you need to go to the Gmail. And now I've gained a new identity, Randy. I am, for some reason my name got pushed out as April Davis Palat. I thought it was some kind of a prank, but it wasn't. All these wonderful people that I don't even know sent me birthday cards as April Davis Platt. Brenda told me, found you on YouTube, and I told her to ask you to show her your Tiny Toon identity. You know, I'll have to go through our text and see if I actually sent her the picture or not. It's on my, I put it up at Christmas time every year, not every year, but occasionally I put it up at Christmas time on my Facebook because that was one of the Christmas gifts I got from Warner Brothers. And that's very rare to get gifts. I got the Warner cup, which I still have, the mug, and the Tiny Toons. Oh, and I still have Steven Spielberg's Christmas card. But I did deposit the cash that was in it 30 years ago. I still have that too. I still have the Christmas card from Stephen and Katie. Yeah, those are some of the things I've saved from my career. Uh, thank you so much, Sue. Thank you for coming in, Randy. It's my birthday. And I know, sir, you have a birthday coming up in April as well. You'll have to email me the date, Randy. I know it's towards the end of the month. Amazing to have Randy come in. Now I haven't seen Brenda yet today on this, but I'm not doing like a true crime today. Oh, April 26th. Okay. Oh, well then our birthdays are 2 weeks apart. Yeah, my Thai family came over today and brought me this, and we already went through that earlier when we went through the baseball mail and the cards, and then I got, the Amazon stuff, and oh, my bestie, she gave me this from Bath and Body, and it smells great because Trish urged me to open it on camera, so I did, and it smells like a watermelon mojito. I smell very good right now. Exactly, Trisha. That's amazing, Randy, that this thing happened with Brenda. Like, I didn't know if you knew that she had come across me and, you know. Oh, I hope you watch. You know what? Now that I'm monetized, I don't know what my CPM and my RPM is going to land at. It's the finances of YouTube's. Uh, but what's important is what my RPM is going to be, my revenue per mil. And I haven't even been monetized for 28 days. It's only been about 2.5 weeks. Um, and so they're being boosted. But when people watch the lives on the replays, that's a much smaller uh, RPM than when people are watching the long form content videos. And I haven't had any time to make it because I never knew that the Nancy Guthrie case would go 71 days. And then we'd have another big case that would happen in the middle of it with the Duggar situation. So I've talked about that a little bit. Somebody wanted me to do an Adam Walsh video. I did that. I was going to do another MH370 video because there's some more news that came out about that, but I still got the old one up, and I'm a little winded in that one because that's when I was having my AFib issue, and I had to have my first heart surgery, and so I sound kind of like, in part of that video. But my tribute to Kelsa. Oh God, don't make me cry. Randy, we spent every birthday together since the day we met. Like her birthday was the 28th. and I had to redo that tribute video because her ending, which was the best, because I edited it with some of her stuff, but it would have gotten me in trouble as far as copyright because she put an Eminem song in the middle where she's, with Martin Sheen, and I had to take the sound out, and I didn't know how to do that the first time. So I took the sound out and I added some of my sound from Epidemic Music. I have a license with Epidemic Sound, and so when you hear the really, the cool songs in some of my videos, that's because I have to pay for the licensing for that. It's not cheap, um, but it's something I need for my channel. Like I've got about 5 grand of channel expenses, and the most I ever made on YouTube was like 200 bucks. So, like, this money needs to come in so that I can pay myself back. Because since this happened, I had a camera fall off the desk, and I smashed my receiver and my adapter for my mic. Had to order the whole new kit. Then I had to replace the iPad so that I can do back end stuff while I'm talking to you guys on the phone. And then Tuesday night, the day before my dental appointment, which by the way, that's going to cost a few grand, and I'm still waiting for clearance for the rest of the work from the cardiologist. My iPhone replacement that I had from the insurance company, it died. It died Tuesday night, and I was gonna be at the dentist starting round 1 of a very long thing that has to be done because, I've been so much on the operating table, I haven't had time to go to the darn dentist. Uh, my iPhone died, and they're like, "Well, you'll have to go back and call the insurance company." And I'm like, How can I do that? Like, my phone doesn't work." And, "Well, then you can go on a desktop and you can email them and see what they can work out for you." And I'm like, "Dude, I'm getting a business call right now and I can't pick up. I have somebody doing a very tiny, tiny job for me, which I'm allowed to do occasionally, and I can't get their call. Like, you gotta sell me a phone. Like, I need a phone right now. What do I do? Like, you're gonna close in an hour. I need a phone." And, you know, it's probably about 1,400 bucks with what I put down and what's gonna be billed to me, and I was just like, "Oh my god," and then the dentist was like, "Well, yeah, we need to fix this side too, and you're looking at, 3 to 4 grand for the implant, but your bone might break because of your medication, so we could do a bridge, but that'll be like 1,800." But I'm like, "Well, what about this side?" And he's like, "Well, we're gonna try a filling first, but it might go into a root canal, and we can't do that without approval from the cardiologist because," he goes, "I deal with blood pressure people all the time, but not too many people that have heart arrhythmias." And I'm like, "Well, yeah, I don't have the arrhythmia right now, but I do have skip beats." And he's like, "Exactly. Like, I can't even give you a Novocaine shot because some of them have an epinephrine or something in it, and you know your blood pressure could just go." And I'm like, "So now I could pass away getting a dental filling replaced?" Like, so I'm still trying to get that paperwork straightened out so I can get that appointment. So, any money that I make here on YouTube, that's going to go back into my account and it's going to pay for those expenses. And then I'm going to make payments on the phone and on the iPad and try to get that straightened out. So, and in the meantime, I had a private donation that came in off the channel. I had nothing to do with the channel. I had a private donation that will help for some of the pharmacy. And yeah, like, I can't believe that this has happened the last few years of my life, but I am grateful that I'm here to celebrate another birthday. The only thing that could make it more perfect, Randy, is if um, I could have spent my special day with my friend Kelsa as well. My Thai family was here, but Kelsa and I, we probably would have gone out the day before or the day after. Probably would have been like tomorrow, so I could, see the Thai family, meet the new baby that's in our family. There's a new baby. So there's 2 little boys now, 2 baby boys. But yeah, that would be the only thing. So if you guys haven't seen the tribute video to Kelsa Kinsley, please do. Please go over there and watch it. I didn't realize you were watching my videos, Randy, because I never see any comments from you, but thank you. I am still on, Jay. My cousin Randy has come in. Dental due to the chemo. It's actually because of the heart medicine. But yeah, I have to, my teeth are perfectly clean now. I've taken very good care of my teeth, but I had something that happened during chemo on this side that's never had a chance to be fixed. And now it's causing problems on the left side of my mouth. So I gotta get those fixed. And then I'm just like, he's hesitant about sending me to the surgeon for the implant because of the thing that happened during the chemo, because he said my jaw could break just, doing it, and because of my meds. And now I have to have a cardiologist clearance just to go get, um we're going to do a replacement filling and hope that that'll be enough and that I don't have to have a root canal. Um Yeah, my dentist, he's tops. He's from Thailand, and he's got my hospital records, he's got my medication records, and he wants, of course, the cardiologist is in surgery all the time. I've been trying to handle this since a week ago Sunday, and the only thing that's been handled thus far is my cleaning. And this week, I've got to get in and have that replacement work done, and that's gonna be on top of what I already paid to him last week. But I still will ultimately have to get this side fixed to so that things are even again instead of like this. I know. It's always something. As Nana Rosanna Dana would say, it's always something. Um, so yeah, that's what's happened the last few months, Randy. I've had my heart surgery in January. I had my kidney surgery in February. I was dealing with post-surgery infection February and beginning of March. Then I finally started to get a little better, and then this whole YouTube thing blew up, and I never thought the Nancy Guthrie case would still be going at this time, but the hours helped me get my monetization back, and then I've got all these new friends, including my friend Sarap from Israel. But it's like 4:30 in the morning there, so he's probably sleeping right now. He was here earlier for the start of the show. Yeah, I'm not gonna have a lot of viewers on this because people wanna come in for the true crime and for the videos. Only my closest friends are coming in for the birthday one. And I couldn't everybody was asking me for, like, a week, like, "What time are you gonna do this?" And, I couldn't say because I didn't know what was gonna happen with, the family coming over, so but it's been a good day, and I'm so glad you came in. And if you're watching those videos, please comment on them, especially my tribute video to Kelsa. That's still, that's a heartbreaker for me. I know that we'll all see each other again someday. But hey, I've been going for 133 minutes, and my voice is shot because remember I had the kids here, the babies here, and then I've been on here for way too long. I appreciate everybody that came. I appreciate everybody that sent a card. Thank you to the woman who doesn't want her name shouted out that sent the diet ginger beer from Australia. Thank you to my bestie for getting me the Bath and Body Works lotion. Thank you to Trish who's sending me the Puma socks. And thank you for all the super chats from everybody, the jewels that were sent during the live. Um, yeah, it's been an incredible day. And I have some leftover Renos. We ordered Renos Italian, and I'm going to have that left over tonight. I became a big baseball fan, Randy, because some very close friends of my parents who got married in Berkeley uh, many, many moons ago, that same day, I had to go with a stranger. I had to go with a babysitter who was going to a 50th wedding anniversary party in Napa. Now, that was a good amount of years. You know, those people would I can't even imagine how old they would be now. I'm sure they're no longer with us, but I had to go to a 50th anniversary party by myself where the babysitter just basically dumped me there. And I met up with some kids in the backyard and they decided they were going to teach me a new game. Well, it was new to them, but it was new to me, and it was baseball. And I was hooked. And a few years in the future, we were living in LA, and my parents could never remember the name of the person because it wasn't that important to them. But my very first Thanksgiving in LA at the age of 3, one of the people that I sat down and had dinner with was a Los Angeles Dodger, and they just they didn't remember the name. I've wanted to know my whole life. And I think the family that lived across the street, I think they're in their 80s and they're still there. And so many times I've wanted to drive down there and pound on their door and say, "Hey, this is April Davis. You probably don't remember me, but I used to live in the house across the street. And I had Thanksgiving dinner here when I was 3 years old with the Dodgers, and who attended the dinner?" And they would probably call 911 and say, "Hey, there's some crazy person at my door." But yeah, it all started in the Bay Area in a backyard in Napa. Now, I did get the love of baseball from my mother. She was a Cardinals fan, and after we moved to the Bay Area, he became an A's fan, so I'm really big into the A's. I would love to have some of their merch from, when they were in Oakland. I just think it's totally wrong that they're gonna move into that beautiful new stadium in Las Vegas. I just think that should be an expansion team's location. It should not be. Oakland should only be in Oakland. It's like when the Raiders moved to LA. I'm an Angelino, but they needed to go back to Oakland, and that's where the Athletics should be. And they're playing in a minor league stadium in Sacramento. Sacramento, it's just it's wrong. But it was the Bay Area where I got my love of baseball, and the rest is history. And I did on my birthday. I sadly did miss today's game. It didn't go well. I missed it because I had my Thai family over and we were having my birthday lunch. Jay, I remember that. My dad's sister and husband hung out with the Kansas City Chiefs. I remember that. Yep. I'm a baseball fanatic, Randy. And look at all this, Randy. You were here earlier. I had to cover up my address for, YouTube, but this is from the Texas Rangers, the Minnesota Twins. I'm not wearing the shirt today because I don't want people to think I wear the same shirt every day. It actually got laundered today. I got the Chicago White Sox. We got the Cleveland Guardians. They just were playing in front of me right now. The St. Louis Cardinals. That was my mom's team and my grandpa's team. This came to the wrong address, but that's okay. That's my business address. This is the Cincinnati Reds. And this week I got surprise from the Boston Red Sox. They even sent me a bracelet. So we are waiting on the other teams to see what comes. That's the highlight of my day, is checking my mailbox now. But the best item so far was been the Minnesota Twins jersey, which I often wear on my lives, and it's got the cancer awareness patch on the left sleeve, and it's comfortable and it fits me perfect. I can sleep in it. I could wear that shirt every day. I know it's going to become like a bucket of rags, because I'm going to wear it every day, but didn't expect that. Sorry to break the news, but the Davis side leaned towards the Cubs. I like the Cubs, Randy. I followed the Cubs for years. There's been a lot of former Dodgers that have played on the Cubs. So I watched the Cubs. I haven't watched them yet this year, but I was watching when that whole, you know, thing happened in the playoffs and they didn't make the World Series, and I've seen the documentary videos or movies that have been made on that incident. Yeah, my mom's side leaned towards the Cardinals, and but I didn't know that about the dad side. My dad, anytime he was watching a ball game when I was a kid, we were watching the Oakland A's. And that was from our Bay Area residency, so yep. Othie and Wendell rooted for the underdogs. Well, in their time, in their lifetime, the Cubs were still under the Billy Goat curse. So yeah, the curse of the Billy Goat was finally broken. As was the Bambino curse with the Boston Red Sox. That curse has since been broken as well. And those were legit. The Bambino curse and the Billy Goat curse. Yep. But no, the Cubs are cool. But none of these teams that we're talking about will ever be the Dodgers. Just saying. You didn't hear me earlier, Randy. You weren't here when I was talking about I've been at home plate without the plate. I've been at home base, home plate, and I've kissed the dirt. It's kind of before my time. Sorry, I'm much younger than my cousins. But nice to know that. Yeah, I was the only baseball obsessed person. Although my mom did have cards. She did have cards when she was little, and sadly they disappeared after the death of her father, and she never got over it that her cards were gone. Yeah, it's the best. Sorry, that's the only thing that could have made this day more perfect than it's already been, is if I could have seen my Dodgers today, but they played early and my Thai family was here and we were ordering the food and they had a new baby that was, screaming, and I had the 3-year-old putting his tongue in my water and, trying to lick my cake, and it is what it is. It's kids. Central Illinois, it was half Cards fans and half Cubs and a few Sox. I'm a Rhode Islander, so I should be a Red Sox fan, but I never really have been. But I'm more of a Mets fan, but not before the Dodgers. But now I got Fenway Dirt. That's pretty cool. It's pretty awesome. But thanks for coming in, Randy. I hope you guys continue to watch the long form content. And Randy had a really good recommendation, everybody. If if you just go see one video under the long form content, and it's not very long because it's a tribute video, it's very short actually. Go see my Kelsa Kinsley tribute video and place a comment in the comments. That would mean a lot to me because that would be the only thing that would make this birthday the absolute greatest ever, is if she was still here and we can go have my birthday lunch and I could pick anywhere I wanted to go. We'll have a lot of birthday lunches to make up for someday on the other side. But thank you, everybody, for coming in. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for those who sent the cards. And Trisha, thank you for, I don't think she's here anymore, but thank you for suggesting the Amazon wish list. If anybody wants to check out the list, there's a few items on there that are just a couple of bucks. They're on the main channel page under the description, the channel description. You'll see the links. The very last link is the Amazon wish list. Thank you so much for the red hearts. Thank you for the thumbs up. Everybody, thank you for making this birthday so special. I love you all. And hopefully we will return to regular programming very soon. And thanks for coming in, Randy.